So let's start it. So I'm Manjeet, NIT Rourkela Code Academy chapter lead. So today we will see about JavaScript and we will start it from basic. Like if you are just new to JavaScript, need not to worry about anything. We will start it just fresh. So first let me share my screen. Just drop +1 in the chat box if screen is visible. So I have shared, just drop a +1 if it's visible. Okay, so it's visible. So first, let's start with JavaScript basics. So first thing first, what is JavaScript? Like we all heard this word many times and we always excited what is it. So basically JavaScript is one of the most popular and widely used programming language in the world right now. So why it is like so much popular and why where it is used? So JavaScript is most oftenly used for like dynamic client side or server side scripting language. Like you have seen in web pages, like when we over there is some effect. So let's say when I click on a button, the form submits. How it submits? The basic like functioning behind is basically by JavaScript. So and now let's take an example to understand it more clearly. Let's say for a website we have three parts. We have our HTML, we have our CSS, and we have our JavaScript. Let's take an analogy with human. A human has basically three parts. First is human skeleton, then here's his body, human has a body, then his brain. So like understand it JavaScript like this. A human skeleton is basically his HTML that defines the basic structure. Like if we have no skeleton, we are like just a cloth, we just hanging there and there. And then the outer body of a human is basically like that used to beautify us. The outer body defines like how beautiful we are. So similarly, the CSS on a website is basically to beautify it, like how good it looks when a user enters, like checks the website, how good it looks. Now the third and most important part is our brain. What our brain does, like our brain defines all the functioning of our body. If we have no brain, just like a person in coma, his brain is basically not working. So similarly, like if we have no JavaScript on our website, it's like just static website. We are just clicking and there is no effects at all. So JavaScript makes a web page alive. So this is JavaScript. Now, why JavaScript used? So first we have taken example like when we click on something button, just say we are clicking on a submit button, something happening, form is submitting. Why it submits? Just it is due to JavaScript. Now JavaScript just looks scary when we like don't try to learn it. But when we try to learn it, it's so cool and funny language. Like when you see the terminology in JavaScript, it's very cool. Basically, it uses camel case scripting. Now, what is camel case scripting? Camel case scripting is like you have seen camel has a, like this foot. So basically, first the always start with like variable declaration start with first small letter, and then when the next letter appears, it is always capital. Now another question appears, where JavaScript runs. So when JavaScript was initially like comes into market, is it basically runs in browser JavaScript. Like many of the browsers, like there is Google Chrome has its own JavaScript engine V8, Mozilla Firefox has Spider Monkey, and like so on. But then later, let's say an enthusiastic programmer, he thinks why not make JavaScript like outside the server. So what he does, he basically JavaScript like the Google engine V8 is open source that time. So he integrated the V8 engine of Google Chrome with C++. And then appears a new JavaScript runtime environment that is Node.js. So Node.js is basically used for backend or like server side JavaScript. Now you have seen Netflix app, PayPal, LinkedIn, Uber. All these apps are uses JavaScript, built with JavaScript. So with JavaScript, we can build both websites, web pages, and like apps too. Now, why is JavaScript so unique? JavaScript is basically like it's complete in itself. Like we can do both front end of a website, we can do back end of a website. So basically, we can become front end developer, back end developer, and boom, we are now full stack developer. We are ready for industry now. And now the second thing is like, which is most like intriguing about JavaScript is strong community. Like JavaScript has very strong community, and large companies like Google and Facebook also invested in JavaScript. And if you see the documentation of JavaScript, basically it's very nice. And the best example is Mozilla documentation. Let me show you. Like Mozilla documentation, one of the finest documentation of JavaScript you will ever find. So like you can see here, MD and web docs, you can find the JavaScript documentation. It has basically various parts. First, it will start from basic like JavaScript first steps, building blocks, and it was for all like intermediates, beginners, professionals, and all. So this was also a benefit of using JavaScript. Uh, Now let's start with the timeline which we will follow. So the timeline which we will follow today is like, first we will discuss about the variables, data types, and operators. So variables, data types, and operators are basically like that I need to use store data while we, let's say I want to store my name somewhere. So like I will define a variable and store it. Second, then we move to strings. Like strings are a series of characters that are continuous in memory. Then we will move to conditional, like how the flow of statements executed, how they are executed. Then we will move to arrays, and then we will see the very important part of JavaScript, that is objects. Objects is very important part of JavaScript and widely used. Then we will use the basically heart of JavaScript, that is functions. Functions are building blocks of JavaScript that are used everywhere. So we will not just see the presentation, we will code them. So basically we will practically learn them, how we can define them, how we will call a function and all. So presentation stopped, I guess. Screen is visible. Just drop +1 if it's visible. Okay. So now let's start with our practical session. Like we are now familiar with the basic terminology that we are going to use in JavaScript. So let's start with first variables and data types. We'll first make a new folder, JavaScript, and let's make a file by variable. So we need to rename it like either variable.js or variable.html. So like we can run this JavaScript in browser too. So we will first see the in browser JavaScript. So I'm naming the variable.html, and first we need to like the basic structure of HTML we need first. So we have our basic structure, variable. Let me add just a basic div so that we can see either our page is running or not. Okay, just go live. And okay, so we are done. So basically our page is running now. Let's focus on JavaScript more. So now where we will write JavaScript in a web page. So there are two possibilities. Either write this above this head, below title or head, like you can in the head you can write it anywhere, or in the body. But the preferred way is to write in the body. Why it is preferred? So let's say we have written in the head and JavaScript is making some request from external server. So what it does basically, the code runs line by line, like from top to bottom, from top to bottom. So first when it encounters the request, it will take time, and the basic our HTML CSS is not loaded. So the user like the user experience will decrease. Like let's say I am going on certain website, and if there is no web, like it's blank completely, what I will say, I will just return from it. I will closes it. I will not see further. So that's why it is preferred to write JavaScript behind. So let me just add it. We can write it here also. Script can be written here. And we can also add, and the preferred is like just right above the body. So that first our whole DOM, like the DOM object for document object model, first our whole object, uh, like first, acha, we have taken the analogy with human being. So let's say there is only brain. What's the use of only brain when there is no skeleton and outer body? So alone brain is like completely dead itself. So it needs the first the human skeleton and body. That's why JavaScript first read the whole DOM is present there. So right here also. So now let's begin with variables. So what are variables? So variables are used when we need to store any type of data. For example, let's say I need to store some water. So what will I do? I will just take a bucket and like store water. Similarly, variables are like a bucket that will store the data here. So there are three ways to declare a variable. First, either write variable, let, and constant. These three are keywords that are used to declare variables. Now, among three, what are the difference between these three? Variable like can be changed anywhere, and let is also similar like it, but the only difference is let and variable is the scope. Let is local scope, and variable is like global and function scope. Then constant cannot be changed. Like if I assign constant once, it cannot be changed throughout the whole program. We will see it now. Just say let me declare my first variable, like variable name 1 equals to, let's say, JavaScript. Okay. So now this is camel case, like there is a, okay, I misspelled name. So this is camel case. N is first, the when we declare the first letter is small, and when the second appears, like name 1, the second one is like it starts from capital. We can also like return smaller, no problem in that, but it's ideally preferred. Uh, let's see whether it's working on console.log. Now log is a method to show the output in browser, and I have written name 1. Now let's see whether it's working or not. Okay, you cannot see anything on the web page. Basically, I've written JavaScript, but it's not there. Why? Because we are not like, because we are not written in on the our web page. We have written in the console only. So first we'll inspect element. Then in inspect we will go to console. Let me zoom it out. Now you can see a JavaScript there. You can see this JavaScript written there. And just we have, you can see the name one variable like that we have declared and the value JavaScript that is stored. Now I have said earlier that JavaScript is in browser script. So what does it mean by in browser? Let's say I want to add some new JavaScript. I want to define new variable. Variable name equals to Manjit. So I can also define it here. It will return undefined. Like why it return undefined? Basically, I have not returned anything from this variable. I have just defined it. Now if I will use name console console.log and name, it returns Manjit because now we are returning something. At the time of declaration, we have not returned anything. We have just declared. So it returned undefined, but we console.log. Console is that environment. Log is basically method that used to print. So it shows the name Manjit. So now again, let's move to VS Code and see further. Uh, now let's start with constant. So constant name 2. So I have given it Manjit here. And we will see our console.log name 2. Okay, there is also one thing in JavaScript. Either if we will omit this semicolon, then also it will like run the code. It will not show any error. But the ideality is you will always use this. So Let's split so that we can see clearly. It is shown Manjit because I have printed this Manjit. Now let's say I will try to redefine this name too. This name two is our variable name two, and I will redefine by, let's say, constant redefine. So let's see what will happen now. Just copy paste this above line. Let's say it will shows an error. The assignment to constant variable. So what does this error means? So means I am redefining a constant variable. I have used name2 as a constant and now I am redefining. So that's why it is showing error. Now, if like the name1 is a variable, if I try to redefine the name1, there's no problem in that. Like name1 redefined. I have redefined it and just see it to the console. Okay, now the one thing is I have said it step by step. So first it will show the error when it encountered this line. So let's comment it out first. So that it will not say any error. So this shows redefined. This means a variable that I have used is redefined. So these are variable and constant are basically like variable is like a thing that can be reused again and again. Constant is like that cannot be reused again. Like a piece of paper, we have written something by pen. We cannot be like, okay, for that timing there are technologies we can erase the pen handwriting, but basically we cannot erase. So we cannot reuse it. But something written by pencil, we can erase it and reuse it. So that's how pencil is like a variable and pen is like our constant thing. So these are the just analogy to remember, nothing specific to JavaScript. Now there is another one, let. So let name 3 equals to let used. Console.log name 3. So let's see, it gives us let used. So now they could just see let used before redefined. Why? Just because we have these statements run before these two statements like name1 console.log name1. This statement will run before it. So it was showing this before. So yours, and we can also redefine let again. Like if I will redefine name3 equals to redefine let. Console.log name3. Let's see. So redefine let. So basically we can redefine let. But what's the difference between then variable and let? So the difference between variable and let comes when there is like scope. So let's say I'm writing let y equals to 10. I have used a if statement. If I have used one basically reads for true. Let's not worry about if now. We will discuss it later in conditionals when we discuss about that. So I have again redefined it by 20 and console.log y, and let me same print it again outside the scope. Now you will see it will return 20 both the times. Now why it will return 20 even though let is local scope? Because we cannot because we have not redefined it. We have to again use let keyword. If we will use this let keyword here, let me copy it all again. Control C. So I have redefined this let again here. Now if we'll try to like console it will again so 20 because we need again here let y equals to 10. Okay, let's see now. Error y has already been declared. Y has already been declared because let we have already declared, but we are again declaring it. We can redefine it, but we cannot redeclare it. So let me add a comment for that. Let y equals to 10. It shows error because we cannot redeclare it, but we can redefine it. Like I have written y equals to 10. It will not show any error now because we can redefine it, but we cannot redeclare it. Defining means when we are assigning some value. Declaring means when we are writing either it's let, constant, or variable. Now you have seen, you can see it is giving 20 and 10. Why 20 and 10? Because when we are inside this parenthesis, then the block is for let y equals to 20. So it will show us 20. And when we will come outside this, for this y, the scope is for this 10. So it will showing 10. Now instead of let, if we have used variable, let's see what will happen if we have used variable. So variable z equals to 10. If we are evaluating the condition for the time being true, so I have redefined variable z equals to 20 console.log and z. And similarly, we are printing outside the block so that we can see either it's changing or not. So it shows 20 and 20 just because variable is not local scope like let. That's why it's showing 20 for both the cases. So this thing must be keep in mind. That's why like when programmers does not prefer to use variable many times, because we can redefine also, redeclare also variable, and also variable is like not local scope. So like when we are using it inside a parenthesis, its value cannot change. Its value remains the same like last time we have defined. Last time I have defined 20, so it will remain 20 throughout the program later. So that's why variable is not preferred. So the most preferred variable that is used to define a variable is keyword. Sorry, I'm speaking variable. The most preferred keyword that is used to define a variable is let. So now we will see more about it. Mm. So we are again, and also one thing, this console is our best friend while we are using JavaScript because it shows if we are making any error, it will directly show you make error. It will not hide anything. If we will redeclare a constant, it will directly show you have redeclared. You can see like there's an error just before for let's say for let. So it shows identify y has already been declared. So by seeing this error, we can understand that why we are redeclaring it why. So we can just check it out and come code where we have made the mistake. So make this console your best friend while doing any course. And the similar goes for any coding language like C, C++, or anything. We can use it anywhere. So basically, we have now seen all the three types of these data variables, keywords that are used to define a variable, let, and constant. We know the difference between them and why let is preferred over variable and constant. So if like you all are comfortable till now, just drop a +1 in the chat box. So okay, Sai got it +1. Okay, okay, good like you got it. So now we will move to our next part. So our next part is string and its functions. So what is a string? Basically, string stores a data in a series. Like let's say I'm using my name Manjeet. Hello. So let's say I've defined my name Manjeet. So Manjeet basically a series of characters like MANJEET. Similarly, if we say about JavaScript, JavaScript is also a series of constant. If we are defining a paragraph, let's say JavaScript is a very funny language. JavaScript is very good language, very like anything JavaScript is all about. So this is basically what is a series of characters. Similarly, string is. So let's see how we will define this. strings. Now we will make another file so that it doesn't get messy. S- strings.js. Let's again get our basic that we will use, like the DOM, basic HTML structure, rename it to strings. So to check whether it's like our page is working or not, we will just get a dummy div. The class C name is strings, and we will go live. First, we'll dispose the previously used that port and go live again. So you can see like strings is there, means our page is working properly. So let's first start with, we have seen what is string. String is a series of characters. Open our console because console is your only best friend. Console. So all the JavaScript we will write is just, we are just above the body tag. We will not write anything above the head in that. We can write, but we will, it's not preferred way. So strings. So first let's define a string variable. String equals to string. So we have declared our first string. This is a strings basically. So this variable let and constant keyword can be used for any type of data. So either it's a number, it's a boolean, or anything. We can use this for all types of data types. These three are like universal things. And there are many other ways to define a string, but this is the most easy and preferred way. So let's check whether string is there or not. Console.log string. So it is on string. Okay, so this is our first string. Now, if we want to concat to string, let's say I have this string and I want to add another word to it. So there are two things. First is string functions, and second is this plus operator. Plus operator can be used for addition in case of integer types or numbers, and in case of like strings, it can be used to add two strings. We will see like how we can use it to add two strings. So first, let me define another strings. We will use let instead of variable throughout the program later. Let string to equals to, this is another string. Now if you notice one thing, first time I've used the single quotes, and now I have used this back double quotes, and it still shows the output. Console.log string to. It's taking time, but it's on. This is another string. So which type of quotes is it? There is another. We can also use backticks also in place of that. Like let string 3 equals to another string. And we will again console it so that we can see either it's working or not. Console.log string 3. So let's see. Now it is shown like string, this is another string and another string. Now what is the difference between these three, and which one to prefer and which one to use at what time? So first, let's say I have double quotes in my text, like what the text I want to print, I have a double quote. So in case of double quote, I can use this single quote and backticks. And like when I want to print a double quotes, In that case, I will use single and backticks. In case of single tick, I will use double quotes and backticks. Let's say let string equals to name double quotes Manjit. So so we will use console every time. Console.log str. So name, it has shown this double quotes. Okay. What if I have used this double quotes instead of single quotes? So let's see. Now it shows an error. Why? So basically it starts reading this script from here to here. This last part that is after this string is not counted. So it shows error. So that's why either we will use backticks or single ticks in place here. And similarly, if there are both these present, like there is single quotes in the string 2 and there is double quotes in the string 2, in that case we can use this backticks. Now there is another thing, that is template string or template variable. Now what is template string or template variable? It means like we have sorry declared defined string before, like I have defined this string equals to string before, and I want to later reuse it while I am assigning a string. So let assign equals to. Now what I want is, inside this my string I want this string. So I there are two ways. Either I will write this string, or let's say is very large for 2 3 pages, or so I am not going to write it all. So basically what I will use, I have defined it earlier by string, so I will use that strings. For that I will use backticks. So and then underscore sign, sorry, dollar sign, and inside this parenthesis I will write my string. So a string is used here. So now you can see like this is the string variable I have defined earlier. So you can see that variable string equals to string that I have defined earlier. Or similarly, if I will console this thing, console.log assign. So let's see what will happen. Its on string is used here. And instead, I cannot use single ticks or double ticks here. If I will use single or double quotes here, that means like this whole part will be considered as a string. And this string is not considered as a variable. So like there are times when used to invert or calling a API, we have to use some parameter. In the case of these parameters, we will use this backticks and this dollar sign, and inside the dollar sign, we will use our string that is like predefined earlier or assigned earlier. So that's how we will use this. So now let's see how we can add these strings. So console.log. Now I want to add all these strings, string 2 and string 3. So what I will do, first I will write string. We can use plus sign. This plus operator in case of strings can be used as a concat operator. We can also use concat function, but plus is like easy to write. We are not going to write all concat. So then we are at string 2, because we want to add this our string 2 and string 3. Uh, string 3. Let's see. So it was on string is another string and another string. Okay, it's not making any sense, but it's added our whole three strings that we want to add. Like string is this string part. This is another string. Like from here, this is another string. This is our string 2, and another string is our string 3. We can check it here also. Like I have assigned, if I will write a sign, it will show string is used here. This means I have this is what it means by in browser JavaScript. So if I will check for another also, like string 3 also, this will show me another string. So now as we have seen how to declare strings, how to concat them, and what's the difference between single quotes, double quotes, and backticks, and when to use them, we will move to our next part, that is our string functions. So first, there are a lot of string functions and we are not going to remember them all. So what we will do is we just learn what type of functions are there. Like we just have an idea. We are not like when someone is asking us, we are not blank-minded that we don't know anything about it. We just have an idea about that thing. There is a function that do this thing, and we can then always come to this documentation or Google and we can check it out there. So we can check it out here anything. So let's move to our first string function. So our first string function is length. How to calculate length of a string? So let length equals to, let's say I want to calculate the length of this first string equals to string part. So I will route string string dot string dot length. Now this dot length method is used to calculate the length of a string. And in case of array, it is used to calculate the length of an array. So we'll just console our either check whether it's true or not. It's giving us correct output or not. So it is on 1. So why it is on 1 string dot length and string string of this is because string is a constructor. Also, we are not either I will make it as a small like that I have defined earlier, or the first thing is I have never defined by using this string because string is also a keyword. So most of the time it will I get confused how to use it. So if we will do that now, it shows the 6, but string cannot be used. So I will use str only. So I used str to define this name Manji. So if we'll check now, it must give the length of this name string. So it shows 12 and we can count it also like 1, 4, 5 and 7 later. So it's 12. So this is what for length function is used. And after length, we have our position. So like if we want the position of any character, let me define another string. Let str. So first omit this quotes and let's say I want the position of this m. So there are two m. So let's see how it will show. Let position. Position is what is a variable for which variable in which I am storing the value of that m in the later str. And later we will use str dot because we want to check in the string that str that we have defined by str and then index of, and for what we want index of m. So we'll write index of m. Like here you can see in VS Code it was showing search string and position. So we will want this for m and then we'll console it to check whether it's what output it will show position. So it has shown 2 like 0, 1, 2. And this is also one thing. In case of a string, the counting starts from 0. Basically, the index of anything like for array or string, it starts from 0. Like we count it from 1, but in case of like this computers, they count it from 0. So it is shown to output. Now you will say there are two m's. Why? How we will use the index of this second m? So for that we will use the last index of. There is another function last index of. Now, if you have noticed one thing in these functions like index and of, this of is capital. This is also due to that camel case notation. So JavaScript use camel case notation. So if we will get familiar with this, like while declaring our variables, it's like beneficial to us only. In case of like functions we want to remember, it's easy to remember if we remember it by this camel case notation. So let's use again position. So as position is defined by using let keyword, so I can redefine it. So I will just reassign it position equals to str dot last index of, and last index of what I will want the last index of app. So let's console it, console dot log. We want position. Mm, just use position, and it's on 4 because 4 is the index of the second am, that the second time the am repeated itself, and if it was in the end, then it will shows the end time. So that's for last index. So these are two functions, index of and last index. So used to check for a position of a, if there is like something I want to calculate for this this uh, there is nothing repeating, so like I want to, let me redefine another, let strr equals to, this is a string. Okay, so like if now I want to check for is, I want to calculate the position of is, so again I will use the same method, position equals to strr dot index of, and for what I want index, I would index for is. So console it, console dot log position, let's see what will output. So it outputs 2. So you can see like 0 1 2, the index of first time when is it start is 2, so it shows 2. And if we have used the last index of, like console dot log position, and let's redefine the position, position equals to strr dot last index of is, let's see what will happen. So it was 5. If now we can check this, 5 is the like second time when it start, 0 1 2 3 4 5. So last index of gives the last repetition of that particular string we want to check. The index of gives the first time it starts. So we have till now we have seen three methods: length, index of, and last index of. Let's move further and let's another. Now, if I want like a particular section of a string, let's say I want this only this is part. From this strr, I want this only is part. So for that, there are two methods. There is a slice method and substr method. Now, there is a difference between these two methods. We will see now. So let me again like just use another string. For this time, we will not define any variable. We will directly console it on console.log and slice. Okay, we want strr dot slice, and you can see like slice uses two parts. Slice is two parameters. First is the start index, from which index we want to start, and end index, at what index our like this part we want will end. For example, for this I want this a only, so we have to kind, so for the simplicity I want this hi. So it starts from first, h of first index is 1, and then for second I the index is 2. So we will give it parameter 1, the start position from where we want our string to slice means cut, and end position is 2. So let's see, it gives us output h. So the thing is, uh, it will start the first index, like it is like something like the first the first index parameter we have given, the start index it will include, and the outer index, the end index, it will omit. For example, if I have given here 3, so it will just give it 1 2 3, the characters at the position of index 1 2 and 3. So let's see, so it is given hi. So this start from 1 and 2 and 3. Like 3 it will omit. Like open bracket at 3 and close bracket at 1. And then there is another method like sub str. So now let's see what's the difference between sub str and this slice. Let's use sub str here. Sub str. Now you can see from for sub str we need two positions. First is our start value, and then after we will need length. And what does length mean? How many characters after start we will need? Let's say, for example, from start of first index, I need four characters. Length, a string of length four. So this four here denotes the length, not the end position and index. So let's see what it will output. It will output is. So from the start of one, you can see from the start of one, two, three, four shows the length of four, but his is a length of three. Why? Console log sub str. Let's check for another thing. Console log Manjeet dot. I want to use str function on my name. So I want to start from the index 0 and I want a length of 2. So let's see how much. So from 0 index it will give us 2, like first two characters M and A. From start index 1. Okay, okay. So it has given us four characters here. The one is like the blank space. So you can see there is a blank space after S. So this blank space is there. So basically the sub str includes slice and substr. The only difference is that in case of slice, the parameters it uses are the first index and the index. And in case of sub str, it uses the parameter of like first parameter is the start index and then the length, like how much length we want. So like I think I'm not confusing here. So like if it's clear, like drop a +1 in the chat box. Like drop a +1 if it's clear. So okay, okay, great. So now there are another functions is like there are lots of functions like char add, char code add, and we are not going to learn all these functions. We will just remember that there is a function that perform this kind of task, and later we will like either by practicing we will get the things automatically learned, or we can check it out on always on Google. So our two best friends are first is console. It will gives us whenever we will make an error, it will directly show us. It doesn't hide anything from us. And the second is Google. So let's try to use like core char add function console.log. So for the string JavaScript, I want char add first at index 1. So I will write it takes the parameter of index. So let's see it shows s because at index 1 there is s. So the char add function takes the parameter of the index. Similarly, like code add, char code add, it will gives us the output of a sky value of that character particular. So we can check it out that also. Like say I have to use uh, मैं C को char coded करती है. So for the s, it will give the sky value of s. So it gives 115. So 115 is the sky value of this s used here. So this is pretty much about strings. So we have completed like most of the part in string. If it's so till now it's clear. So drop a +1 again. Okay, so now we will move to our next part. So our next part is conditionals.